yeah, baby. Episode 4 of Dead City. Let's talk about it. Alright, so Dead City episode 4 shows Maggie, Negan, and the group as they begin their harrowing journey to kill the Croat and rescue Herschel. As you would expect, shit goes wrong, and our heroes must find a way to escape. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that I was right, in a way. The group cannon fodder for the dead, and that was one of the things I liked most about this episode. In my opinion, it was a shit group filled with forgettable faces, nameless extras that we just didn't give a shit about. Get rid of them. Focus on the leaders, Tommaso and Amaya, while giving them this mountain of grief that they gotta climb over. I think it's good character development. They have lost everybody they know in a short span of time while dealing with these new faces that they just don't really know. What do they do now? Do they stick with Maggie and Negan? Do they go back to the few people that maybe stayed behind? You know, they have a lot on their plate now, and it makes for good character development in the next episodes. Also thought the Croat was pretty good in this episode. I like the fact that when he and Negan were hunting each other, both using that classic savior whistle, I thought that was dope, and it was interesting to see how Negan responded to being on the opposite side of that whistle. Also, I enjoyed the fact that we got to see more of who the Croat really was, with the sick sadistic shit he do to kids and the ways he tortured them. And we got to delve deeper into his psyche and see how he still views Negan after all this time. He still views him as this idol, this larger than life figure who has been completely unchanged by the years. And I thought that was cool, seeing when he realized that this is no longer the case, that Negan has in fact changed. He is not the same ruthless person that he was, and that the Croat saw that as the weakness and decided to try to kill Negan at that point. What I didn't like about this episode was fucking Jenny. Well, actually, I can't blame the episode for that. I just don't like the character. She is one of those characters that it's going to be the biggest relief and the biggest weight off everyone's shoulders when she get her goofy ass eaten. From the look at her face in this episode, she knew that there was a better way out of that place that they were in. She decided to go anyways, instead of just opening up her goddamn mouth and saying, hey, I know a way. You didn't even have to talk. Somebody on the shoulder and say, hey, follow me. Gesture, come follow me, and I could take you a different way out of this building. Instead, she says nothing. Reluctantly follows them into that unbreathable ass tunnel to possibly get everyone killed. Her ass is a nut. She goofy as shit, and when she get hashtagged, I'm gonna fucking rejoice. This fucking guy was in this episode again, and I have no kind words to say about this guy at all. I absolutely cannot stand this clown. Section 214, the New Babylon Code. Nigga, give it a rest. It's over with. It's done. You're trash. I hate this motherfucker more than anybody on the world beyond, and I hated all them bastards. I hate him more than goddamn Eugene, back when he was a scrub on the regular Walking Dead. There is no redeemable qualities about this guy. He is corny. He is just a lame fucking character. I dislike him. I hope he get unsubscribed from life. I think they could have did so much better with introducing a new main essential character to this story. But despite Percy or Pearly or whatever the fuck his name is being in this episode, that was not my biggest issue. My biggest issue is despite the obvious, these shows continue to spare people who by all rights should be dead. This nigga Tommaso is one such character throughout The Walking Dead who has been surrounded by walkers, and it looked like it was the end for him, right? We've all seen it. We saw it with Rick. Sean went out. We saw it tons of times throughout Fear the Walking Dead and Walking Dead alike. But not once have I ever seen walkers pick a nigga up and carry this motherfucker. These walkers literally did just that. On all four, there's 4 walkers on all sides of this nigga. And lifted him up and carried him towards, you guessed it, more walkers. Now, I thought that was the end of it. I mean, everybody else was getting hashtag right. Let him die. You know they couldn't go that way. So what they do, they had him somehow get out of that shit. How? We don't know. And that's the problem right there. With that same scene that I was talking about with Rick and Michonne when she thought he got eaten, it was a logical way for him to escape. This is Rick Grimes, by the way, and he clearly got little, went through the little tunnel and popped out the other side. Okay, cool. It makes sense. This guy, though, with nowhere to go, no tunnel to get through, surrounded on all sides by walkers, literally getting carried by walkers, you about to tell me he ain't get bit, he ain't get scratched, he ain't get wounded in no way, shape, or form? Cut it out. Overall, episode 4 was a good episode with good tension, good action, and a chance for great character development with Tommaso and Amaya. It dove deeper into the psyche of the Croat and his feeling towards Negan, which I think is going to be good to see how that plays out throughout the rest of the season. Yeah, it was probably the best episode so far, but we still have 2 episodes left, so there's that. All right, that is my thought/review for Dead City episode 4. As always, I thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, for it helps me out a lot. And while you're at it, consider subscribing. As always, it's many blessings to y'all. Join me on the road to 500 subscribers. And stay tuned if you want to see more Bruh Talk. Thank you. I'm out.